Aloha, I'm Kellie Nakahara, and here are today's top Hawaii headlines from the editors at the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Also, huge mahalo to Longstrugs Hawaii for sponsoring the show. Head on over to your neighborhood Longstrugs for all your shopping needs. More classified documents have been found in the possession of former President Donald Trump. 2 items marked classified were discovered in a sealed box at a storage unit in West Palm Beach, Florida, and handed over to the FBI. The storage site is run by the Federal General Services Administration and was used to hold items from an office used by Trump staffers. The discovery was made by an outside team that Trump hired to demonstrate compliance with a Justice Department subpoena. Despite promises that all classified materials had been returned, a federal judge recently directed Trump to take another look. In January, the National Archives and Records Administration recovered 15 boxes from Trump containing about 184 classified documents. That prompted an investigation which led to the recovery of about 100 additional classified documents in an FBI search of Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in August. Mauna Loa's first eruption in 38 years is now in its 10th day. Fissure number 3 is the only active fissure and is feeding a lava flow that continues to inch towards Daniel K. Inouye Highway. Lava reached the bottom of a steep section of the Mauna Loa Northeast Rift Zone last week and has slowed after entering the flat saddle area. But the flow speed has increased over the last 2 days. It is now about 1.8 miles away from the highway. 20 Hawaii Army National Guard members were activated on Tuesday to help keep motorists safe along the so-called traffic hazard mitigation route. The 4.5-mile route on Old Saddle Road was created last week to give visitors a place to stop and view the eruption, relieving traffic along Daniel K. Inouye Highway. Stay up to date with the Mauna Loa eruption and related developments at staradvertiser.com. The Hawaii Department of Health today reported 7 new coronavirus-related deaths and 1,371 new infections over the trailing week. That figure includes reinfections. Hawaii's COVID-19 death toll stands at 1,744, and health officials have recorded 368,723 cases since the start of the pandemic. The deaths recorded this week were cases with underlying conditions. The 7-day average of new cases increased from 182 from the 137 reported on November 30th. The actual daily average of new cases is estimated to be higher due to unreported home test results. The state's average positivity rate also increased from 6.3% last week to 6.5% this week. There were 12.9 cases per every 100,000 people, up from 9.6 last week. By island, there were 1,043 cases reported on Oahu, 105 on Hawaii Island, 147 on Maui, 46 on Kauai, 8 on Molokai, and 2 on Lanai. Another 20 infections were reported outside the state. 2 local businesses were damaged in a fire in Kaka'ako today. Honolulu firefighters were called to a fire at 762 Queen Street early this morning. 12 units with 45 firefighters responded to the scene shortly after 1:35. When crews arrived, they saw smoke emanating from a commercial warehouse. Firefighters tried to extinguish the blaze inside the structure but were forced out after flames spread and breached the rooftop. Battling the fire from outside, firefighters brought the blaze under control shortly after 6 and extinguished it before 7. No injuries were reported, but Lynn's Hawaiian Snacks and U Surfboards Hawaii sustained damage in the incident. The cause of the fire is under investigation. 6 survivors of the attack on Pearl Harbor revisited the scene of the Japanese bombing today to commemorate those who died 81 years ago. An audience that included about 2,500 members of the public sat quietly during a moment of silence at 7:55, the same time the attack began on December 7, 1941. Sailors aboard the USS Daniel Inouye stood along the rails of the guided missile destroyer as it passed the ceremony on shore and the USS Arizona Memorial. The number of survivors who attend the annual remembrance ceremony is dwindling. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs doesn't have statistics for how many Pearl Harbor survivors are still living. The youngest active duty military personnel on December 7, 1941, would have been about 17, making them 98 today. Many of those still alive are at least 100. But those who make the trip to Pearl Harbor say it's important to honor the more than 2,400 people who died in the attack that thrust the U.S. into World War II. For more on these stories and all the latest headlines, subscribe to the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Visit Hawaii's top source for breaking news online at staradvertiser.com and download the Star-Advertiser mobile app. Mahalo, have a great day, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.